Oh, we're ready if you guys are.
I think we're ready. Are we ready?
Good luck, have
Cool.
fun. Much love.
You too, man.
Hello and welcome to the first semi-final of the day as Team Omnius Gaming face off against Team 6eSports on Cafe Dostoevsky. Just casted Team Zeus playing against Team Olympus on Cafe Dostoevsky, and they won it in the 7-2 scoreline very dominantly. So definitely a bit of momentum going to this matchup. Let's see what Zeus Esports can do in this game as they take the first attacking ban and they take Thatcher off the board. Attacking ban coming out from Team Omnius Gaming, it is Blackbeard. Mirror ban as the first defensive ban coming out from Team OG. Quite a common ban, especially on Cafe Dostoevsky, where it sees a lot of use, especially on the bar cocktail as well as reading room defenses. Final ban coming out, and it is a Maestro once again. A very common ban coming out from Team Zeus Esports. Okay, heading into it now, Team Zeus will be starting on defense. Definitely a bit of an advantage as Cafe Dostoevsky, traditionally a very defender-sided map. And it looks like Team OG's player has rejoined, so should not have to have a rehost. Team Zeus starting on defense, going for Bar Cocktail as their first defensive site. Saw in the previous matchup where they faced off against Olympus, Jaeger was actually banned, and well, proved to be quite disruptive. Teams did adapt, they used Wamai, but I mean, no one can really fill the gap that Jaeger leaves on a team. Saw it definitely playing a big role in the previous matchup, and let's see how both the Mirror and the Maestro ban affect Team Zeus Esports on their first defensive side as they now head to Bar Cocktail. Angles being opened up into Cigar Lounge from bar side. Quite a common play, as well as rotationals being opened up in Freezer into both bathroom and white hallway.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are heading out to the bomb.
Valkyrie pre-placing the C4, quite a common setup you see most teams using these days, as well new balconies are very common drop down, and the pre-placed C4 can definitely wreak quite a bit of havoc if not detected by the attacking team, but James, currently on the IQ, should be able to detect it at the very least. Team OG definitely taking it slow, starting to see which angles they can take control of, but a bit of a mismanagement there by Canis, getting his drone killed, driving into the electrocuted wall.
A bomb has been located.
So see the Valkyrie Black Eye on the wall outside of Pillar Room. Should be able to spot it quite effectively, but even then should give them a lot of intel, as a bit of a cheeky angle being held here by Jake with the TCSG-12 ACOG. As Team Omnius Gaming definitely have control of red stairs, but Canis getting the kill onto Lian. That is the Legion dropped, and definitely an important kill for Team OG as well. We know how effective a Legion can get, especially later on into the round. Color currently prepping the window on stage if he should go for a run out, but an aggressive kill coming out from Color on the Moz. He gets the kill onto Elik. It is the Gridlock, who was trying to push up into Cigar Lounge, probably not knowing of Mozzie's position, but Thermite as well peeks wide, gets dropped by Color. Great play coming out from him. That is the diffuser currently dropped inside of Cigar Lounge. 3 players left on either team, but HP advantage definitely on the side of OG. Color on the Mozzie drone currently. It does not seem they know of its position as, well, IQ peeking aggressively into Cigar, but Color safely in Freezer at the moment. Crossfire being held by Devon at the moment. He could go for the plant, but, well, Jaeger currently situated behind bar. He could go to delay this plant, as if he peeks at the moment, he could peek both into new balcony Cigar and onto default plant. As it seems they've rotated off of it. James, however, pushing aggressively into bathroom, but no, Color peeking wide, gets the aggressive kill, as well as States on the Jaeger backing him up, but eventually it's Color getting the kill. It's a 3k for me on this round, but finally getting shut down by Canis on the Zofia. Now 1 player left, last live on Team Omnius Gaming, 2 players left on the side of *6eSports as he peeks into sight, trying to do what he can, but Jake finally gets the kill. Great play coming out from him, locking out the first round for Team *6eSports. Definitely the bulk of the kills on that round came in the form of Color on the Mozzie's kills in Cigar Lounge, as well as the main Cigar. Getting the kill onto, I believe, the Thermite, the Gridlock, and the IQ, if I'm not mistaken. Great play coming out from him on the round, and, well, on the back of him getting the 4k, definitely helping them out quite a lot. Heading to kitchen service as their secondary bomb site. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going and lock out a second round in a row.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Team Zeus going for a pretty traditional setup with both rotations into bakery and a red hallway at the moment, as well as a long angle onto site, connecting both sites. Bandit placing his Bandit batteries on the freezer wall, and Cade putting in one of his electro claws on the freezer hatch. As well, Castle currently reinforcing into prep room. See, attackers now spawning in, looking to take control of the map. Canis on the Zofia already opening up very aggressively into bakery, starting to tap out the barbed wire. The sticks drones out for him. Currently a player situated inside of prep room and behind pantry. Sticks actually on the Thermite, peeking very aggressively into bakery, as a lot of damage done to him, and, well, didn't really net him anything. Well, but as I say, that Elik on the Gridlock gets the kill onto Leon on the Castle. Currently, well, he was playing inside of prep, as a great flick coming out from Elik gets a kill onto States. That was the Jaeger playing in bakery. It's now full bakery control inside of Omnius Gaming. If they can leverage this onto site, they can take very early control of site as well. Only 2 players currently situated on site. Color on the Mozzie is still roaming at top floor. But what is a roamer if you have no site control? If they can take site very early on, he's gonna have to go for a retake as well. Angles into site already being opened, but JMS on the roam clear. Color having to open up castle barricades, getting back onto site as Vivid gets dropped by Elik. Color and Jake left lost alive for their team in a 4v2 situation. Color going for the aggressive play, peeking into bakery as he doesn't spot the Zofia, however gets it. Almost gets the flick onto, I believe that is Elik on the Gridlock, but no, he gets dropped by Elik. As a 3-on-1 now. Jake left last life, peeking aggressively into red hallway. IQ peeking into, don't know what the call out is, but 1 player currently situated top floor. Elik inside of bakery. Jake looking very likely to be able to lock out this round as 50 seconds left on the board, yes, but they don't really have any angles onto site. If he can get this kill, he does get it. That is Diffuser dropped, Elic dropped, Devon left last alive for Team Omnius Gaming, and he knows where he's situated. Both players now know where the other is, and, well, now they have to play it on time. A 1v1 situation, Diffuser is currently dropped, he could get it, but currently being droned out. He now knows where he's playing, and cooks a grenade. However, gets caught by the Jaeger ADA, spraying through the wall, does a lot of damage onto Jake.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Picking up the diffuser now, he is pushing onto site, and he could go out for the bait plant, but oh, Cade just narrowly whiffing the shot, almost getting the kill onto Devon, I believe, but a great reaction coming out from Devon as he gets the kill onto the Cade, who was on so low health. If he hadn't sprayed through that wall, I believe that round would have gone a different way. If Jake had one more shot to connect onto the buck, he would have gotten the kill, and well, unfortunately not how it turned out. Team OG taking the round in a 1-on-1 scoreline now. Zeus heading back to kitchen service once again, see if they can shake things up and maybe take one more round before heading back to the primary bomb site of Bar Cocktail.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bomb. By attackers.
Once again looking to utilize the same strategy, currently placing Jaeger ADSs behind the, don't really know what that's called, but the small table thing in bakery players usually sit behind, as well as reinforcements into prep room, reinforcing back wall as well. Once again, bandit batteries being placed on the wall, as well as Cade electro claw to the bakery, also the what's that, the dining hatch. Castle barricades actually utilized to lock out the rotates from the east side of the map, should prove to be quite effective as well. A lot of roam presence coming out on the west side of the map, but let's see how Team Omnius reacts to this, as see if they are currently, yes indeed, Color once again on the Mozzie roaming in the reading room. Saw him utilize it to great effect in the previous matchup versus Team, that's befalling my mind at the moment, against Team Olympus in the previous matchup. Elic actually burning out the ADSs at the moment of his smoke charges or smoke grenades. Probably not too wise, but gets the job done nonetheless. Current Color still on top floor roam, currently situated in the laundry room as he is being droned out at the moment. Opts to go up white stairs, actually choosing to waste more time if possible, but Jake gets the kill onto Elic. That is the gridlock dropped. I believe he's only tossed out 1 or 2 track stingers. Definitely a great kill to get early on, but Thermite actually starting to open up into prep room from bakery, starting to get leverage onto site as Color still on the top floor room. This man is completely uncontested at the moment. Jake rotating around, actually almost, he spots the Thermite if he can get the kill, but no, decides to back off the angle, rather hold from kitchen service side as he now knows there's a player currently situated in bakery, but can't really do anything with it as Color's still on the top floor room. There's a player currently situated below him and he knows this, but he is a smart player. He's opting to play this on time, just wait it out as long as possible. Vivid currently in coat room, holding the long angle down the hallway onto raid of the IQ. Currently also, I believe that is Canis, yes, Canis on the Zofia, currently just droning out as he now knows where Vivid on the Jaeger is currently situated, and he is castle barricaded off. He can't really exit here, but Devon gets a kill onto Leon. That is the castle dropped, but Color on the roam now gets killed into JMS. That is, I believe, the only roam clear operated gone. Buck, however, of Devon still on the top floor roam clear, but I mean, with 40 seconds left on the board, he's gonna have to start getting onto site in a 3v3 situation. Now Sticks gets the kill to Jake as Canis peeks wide into Coat, peeking wide onto site, gets the kill to the bandit. Color left last alive now. The roamer coming back to site as he spots a player crossing. Peeks wide, but no, Buck gets the kill, holding the angle and playing passively, just waiting it out, knowing he has to peek into him. Great kill coming out from Devon on the Buck, playing very well for his team, currently having, I believe, 3 kills on the round, but nonetheless, impactful kills, as Team OG now leading 2-1 scoreline on the attacking side. Team Zeus opting to go for bar cocktail once again, as it is now opened up, having played 2 rounds on kitchen service.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Team Zeus taking the Echo for the first time thus far this matchup, and well, let's see how it can work out for them. JMS, however, is on the IQ, should be able to actually detect the Echo drones, the Yokais, but well, see what he can do with these Yokais. Rotation being opened up into cocktails, while the shield being placed wide in bakery. Let's see how they choose to utilize it. Cade currently placing his electro claw on the red drop down wall into cigar lounge. No spawn peaks coming out this round from Team Zeus, opting to play it safe, as Team Omnius Gaming now spawning in, looking to take early control of site. JMS on the IQ, looking to shoot out a lot of utility early on in the round, but Elik on the Gridlock gets the kill onto Vivid. That's the Echo gone. That is a big kill. He can't control his Echoes at the moment. If he hasn't pre-placed them, well, that's your Yoko's gone for the round. Sure, you can spot on them and they're invisible, but the full utility of Echo now is lost, as Jake once again holding this tight angle we saw him holding previously of the TCSG shotgun. As well, stagnation coming out from Team Zeus. They are currently locked on site. Their crossfires are being held. If they as much as rotate off of these angles, they are a bit screwed, to say the least. Color probably the most leeway of any of the players now, peeking wide into Cigar Lounge. Let's see if he can win this engagement, as Canis on the Zofia, peeking wide into Cigar Lounge. I believe a nade being cooked by the Buck, as Color gets concussed, but no, Canis running into his crosshairs, getting team killed by Devon. I don't know who to blame there, but definitely a lack of coordination on both players. Color still just holding passive, knowing they have to peek into his angles. They don't have any leeway onto site. He can just hold this passively. Yes, they have control of New Hatch, and yes, they have control of Cigar Lounge, but without any utilization in any direct ways onto site, they can't really do anything. They're now starting to open up into bar from Cigar Lounge side, as the Jaeger playing aggressively in bar, but Devon drops Jake. That is the Cade gone, as the Jaeger trying to peek aggressively, but no, he gets dropped. Color left last live along with Leon on the Legion, as he peeks aggressively, does a lot of damage onto the Thermite actually, and gets the almost gets the planter, gets one other player, but no, IQ peeking aggressively into into Freezer with a pistol, whiffing a few shots, but I believe Jake was having to reload, so stalemate, and rotates around to the other angle, gets the final kill, and well, 3-1 scoreline now in favor of Team Omnius Gaming. Heading to Bar Cocktail once again. I believe it is their primary bomb site, the first one they went to. Let's see if they can shake things up a bit, maybe revitalize their strategies. Going for the Valkyrie pick this time. See what they can do to swing this around, as definitely it's looking in favor of Team Omnius Gaming. They've taken 3 rounds in a row. Team Zeus were the first to take their Bar Cocktail defense, but from there it's just been a complete snowball effect. Team Omnius Gaming have been able to take each round very aggressively and, well, effectively. Let's see how they
Defenders,
how they
protect your
do
bombs
heading
from being
into
defused by attackers.
this fourth defensive round. Oh, sorry, fifth actually.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Camera activated.
Before insertion.
I'd actually like a bit of feedback from chat if possible. Do you guys prefer if I spectate individual players during the preparation phase, or more of an overview like I've been doing in previous rounds? Really interested to see what you guys prefer. I mean, I usually like doing the overview, gets a more broader sense of the general setup being done, but let's see what you guys prefer. Appreciate if you guys could just leave a few comments in chat. Team Omnius Gaming taking control of the windows at the moment on the rappel, looking to open up angles, especially into Cigar Lounge at the moment. Sticks rappelling outside stage window.
A bomb is
Kane is waiting for the call from his team, knowing there's someone currently playing in Cigar Lounge, trying to lock out his rotate once the pressure starts coming out from his team into Cigar Lounge. As Thermite, I believe, has dropped down already into red stairs as he's started opening up the wall into Cigar Lounge from top red stairs. Knowing there's a player currently playing down below, that is Valkyrie of Vivid, but Color gets a lot of damage done to him as well onto Canis of the Zofia, but a crossfire coming out from, I believe that was the main breached wall. JMS on the IQ gets the kill onto Color. Great crossfire setup, pincer movement actually coming out from Team Omnius Gaming. Great teamwork coming out from them, as that is Color, definitely the outstanding player on the side of Team 6eSports. Dropped very early on into the round as JMS on an absolute killing spree, getting Jake as well. That is the Cade gone as well. He's looking to continue in this absolute sweeping attack from him at the moment. He has a double kill in this round, currently locking out the Jaeger's rotations, but Vivid reacts with a kill onto Devon. Omnius Gaming have definitive control of Cigar Lounge, but if they can't actually leverage this with control onto site, they won't be able to do anything on this round. But now an aggressive play from Sticks gets a kill onto the Jaeger, peeking wide into Bar Cocktail. As Vivid and Leon now left last live for Team 6eSports, they'll have to make some miracles if they want to win this round.
attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Elik actually getting another team kill onto Sticks. That's the second team kill 2 rounds in a row. That's a bit embarrassing on the side of Team Omnius Gaming, but I mean, they've been able to win the round, so I guess who cares. As I believe the plant should be going down now from Elik as he chucks out the smoke canisters on default plant behind the main ball. Planting in the smokes as Canis gets a kill onto Leon. Vivid left last live on the Valkyrie. He gets one kill onto Elik, but he peeks wide into Freezer. Isn't able to get the kill, however. Canis answering with the kill onto Vivid, locking out the 5th defensive round. Now a 4-1 scoreline. They've won 4 rounds in a row now on the attacking side of Cafe Dostoevsky, a traditionally very defender-sided map. This is not looking good for Team 6eSports if they want to continue further on into the African R6 League, sponsored by Pura Vida, the premium supplier of water to the Eastern Cape, I believe. Let me just get that. To the East London region. Heading to kitchen service now, as they've seen Bar Cocktail is not working out for them too well. Let's see what they can do on this bottom floor defense. Even then, they have headed to kitchen service twice. Hasn't worked out for them, but let's see if they can shake things up. This is their final defensive round. Well, let's see what they can do with it. Color once again roaming top floor. Let's see what he does with this. So as Jake bringing out one of his electro cores onto the freezer hatch. Jake actually prepping a window, looking like he will be going for a run out here. On the cams, can't seem to spot anything, but he goes out for the run out. It seems one of the players on Team OG have realized this. They've heard this. JMS taking the angle, establishing that yes, he has backed off from this window, and well, Color rotating down bottom floor into small bakery. Vivid on the Valkyrie assisting the States on the Jaeger, currently playing inside of bakery. Looks like a top floor roam should be coming out now from Team Omnius Gaming as they establish whether there are currently any players roaming top floor, which indeed there are not. The only roamer of Color on the Mozzie has rotated down into small bakery. Definitely starting to clear out the east side of the map, looking to go for the freezer wall as he actually shoots out a C4 and starting to open up into freezer wall. This is not looking good for Team6eSports as already freezer wall open. That is some big leverage onto side as well. Elik gets a kill onto Color. That is their main roamer gone, as now most players I believe are left on site. They can go for just a collapse here if they want to. It's like Leon is trying to go for a bit of a late flank, but he was droned out, and a great nade coming out from, I believe that is Devon, killing the Jake of the Cade. 3 players left last live now on the side of Team 6eSports as Vivid peeks wide, gets a kill onto Elik. That is the gridlock dropped. States as well peeking wide into freezer, knowing the push will be coming from there as Vivid gets dropped by Canis. The plant now coming down from Sticks. States has to do something if he wants to stay alive in this round. Leon just playing passively in small bakery, looking to go for a late flank, but the diffuser is down. It's too late for that as States gets a kill onto Sticks. 3v1 situation now, but the diffuser is planted. His crossfires are being held, and as I say that, KNS gets a kill onto States. Final kill coming out in this half. Great split coming out from Team Omnius Gaming as they take the first split 5-1. Team Omnius Gaming heading to Bar Cocktail as their primary bomb site, opting to actually go for the mute. I believe that is the first time we've seen him being played in this matchup, as well as the Goya and the Echo. A bit of a strange setup coming out here, but it should work for them. A very delay-heavy strategy. I mean, Goya or the Jaeger and the Echo both notorious for how much time they can delay on their own. I mean, they have all 3 on the board now. See what they can do with these operators.
And defuse as many bombs as they can.
Deploying magnet.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds left.
The default setup coming out from Team Omnius Gaming as they head into their first defensive side, opening up rotates from freezer into both white hallway as well as into bathroom.
I do this on my downtime.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered.
Team Omnius Gaming starting to open up the hatches, looking to drop very aggressively into Red Hallway. Color on the Thermite, dropping down, opening up the wall into Cigar Lounge now from Red Stairs side. Assisted by, I believe that is Vivid on the Ash. See what they do as they start to pressure into Cigar Lounge. Most players from Team Omnius Gaming are still situated in cocktail side, as they just look to play this on time. Goyo are currently situated inside of the long white hallway, but Ash currently peeking into him. Let's see who wins this engagement. As Color starts pressuring aggressively, Goyo is starting to fall back. They are definitely utilizing their gunfights very aggressively, as Jake on the IQ gets the first opening kill onto Sticks. That is the Goyo dropped. Pistol in hand, looks to peek into the hallway, but just communicating at the moment that Color needs to open up into the bathroom, but looks like they will indeed open up into indecisive at the moment, as JMS gets a kill onto Leon. That is the Nomad dropped. Team Zeus Esports looking to utilize their cigar lounge presence at the moment. They are starting to open up into bathroom. Thermite charge going off as they have full control of cigar and cigar lounge, but the players from Team Omnius Gaming have dropped down into the bottom floor. Jaeger and as well as the Mute rotating around to the bottom floor, and now they are on the roam clear. Oh, sorry, on the anti-roam clears. Well, Devin gets a kill and a 4v2 situation now as the diffuser is dropped. IQ peeking aggressively down the red stairs. He knows there's a player down below, and if he can get this kill, they should still have a chance at winning this round.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Devin on the Jaeger actually getting pushed away by a Nomad charge, but JMS with the kill onto Jake. Vivid left last live on the Ash. He doesn't have defuse, and well, he gets dropped by Elik. Great play coming out from Team Omnius Gaming as they take their first defensive round in a very decisive manner with 4 players left last live. Team Omnius Gaming heading to Reading Fireplace as their secondary bomb site, but out of the norm. You usually see teams heading to Kitchen Service as their secondary bomb site. We saw, well, Team Zeus doing that, but nonetheless, Team Omnius Gaming heading to Reading Room Dining as their secondary bomb site. See what they can do with it. Definitely a top floor presence coming out from Team OG. Definitely a cocktail hold coming out from them as they are as well reinforcing into bathroom, freezer, and onto the red stairs drop down.
5 seconds to insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Team Zeus checking for the spawn peaks, however there are none on the side of Team Omnius Gaming, opting to take it slows. Pretty good Valkyrie cam actually from JMS as he cycles through them. 2 actually situated in Cigar Lounge, as they definitely look to keep control of this, or at the very least know when players are pushing into Cigar Lounge. 4 players currently on the roof, as I believe that is Color on the Thermite, once again pushing aggressively into Cigar Lounge, opening up the wall from the red drop down, as the Goya once again situated behind his deployable shield, but he actually gets burned out by Vivid on the Capital for very good, well placed out Capital bolt, as Leon now peeking aggressively into new balcony, but a kill from JMS gets Color. I believe that is a C4 from down below, but no, States answers with the kill onto JMS. That is the Zofia, or sorry, the Valkyrie dropped. Team Zeus Esports currently pressuring onto both the top floor presence coming out from Team Omnius, but as well States playing down below. You could maybe get a few kills onto this. I believe Smoke is the only player currently situated on site for Team Omnius Gaming, but just kills coming out from Team Omnius as States and Vivid left last alive. This is looking dire. If they can't win this round, States left last alive. That is it for their run in the African R6 League. Smoke holding the angle and gets the kill. That is Team Omnius Gaming winning the round, winning the matchup as they take Cafe Dostoevsky in a decisive 7-1 scoreline, beating Zeus Esports. Thank you so much for watching. That was the first semi-final of the day of the African R6 League, sponsored by Pura Vida, the premium supplier of the premium supplier of water in East London. Thank you so much for watching, and join us shortly as we will be casting the finals between, well, Omnius Gaming and whoever wins the other matchup in the semi-finals, which are currently being casted by Patrick Fennick on the B stream. Please feel free to head over to the secondary stream as, well, we wait for that matchup to finish after heading into the finals. Thank you so much, and we will be heading into the finals at a later time. Thank you so much for watching, and join back shortly. Okay, both teams ready. We are live, by the way.
Okay, cool, sweet. Well, welcome everyone to the finals. Yep, it's here, we here, and it's gonna be pretty interesting. We got Cafe, Border, and potentially Villa as a third map if we actually get there. We're gonna be going straight into that banning phase here, and yeah, well, we're gonna be pretty much seeing what we can see here. It's going to be Omnius Gaming versus Frantic6eSports, and if you were joining any of the previous semi-finals, you would have seen either one of these teams in action. I was on the Frantic6 game, and yeah, we saw some really cool stuff coming up from them. Really, really great gameplay all around. So yeah, hopefully we can see some good games this time as well. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, starting to get into these bans. I mean, Buck, that's a pretty big ban, especially on the side of Omnius Gaming. They were playing Cocktail defense almost every round on defense, basically only Kitchen when they didn't play it. So Buck playing down from below being banned, that's a pretty big one. That'll allow them to play in Cocktail as well as, I mean, Mirror ban, that's pretty common.
Kind of expecting an Echo as well here. It's like standard bans here, actually. Same, pretty much across the board. Like you said, that Buck is going to be big, and there's the Echo as well. Thatcher ban, pretty standard as well. Really lots of utility denial coming out there. Mira, obviously everyone bans her because she offers a lot of utility value as well on the defense side. And Echo, of course, because he's really, really powerful on the bomb game mode. So yeah, pretty standard bans.
Yeah, looks like Team Frantic6 will be heading to Bar Cocktail as their first defensive side. I mean, the Echo and both the Mirror banned, you should still be able to play the Cocktail a bit further back, especially with the Buck being now banned, sorry. I mean, it offers that up, but still with the Maestro, the Echo and the Mirror being banned, it adds a level of, the gunfights will be more important. Sure, you can place the shields further out to extend the defense, but playing further back, holding the long angles will really be important heading into this Bar Cocktail defense.
Yeah, and what I really like to see coming out from the defense side is this kind of classic setup that we've been seeing quite often here. It's the Goyo, the Mute, the Jaeger. Those are like kind of standard things that we see quite often, and all of that has to do with utility denial. Obviously, the Mute is going to stop a lot of those drones, a lot of those hard entry from the attacker team, and of course the Goyo shield is going to be pretty big in wasting a lot of time from the attackers because they have to clear all that stuff out. And of course there's the Legion, going to be really annoying with those goo mines. He has been nerfed recently, but still pretty annoying. And obviously the Doc just kind of easing up on that longevity, kind of getting the extra health in through the rest of the team. So the attackers, they have to get through quite a lot here if they want to get into the side.
Yeah, like I said, I think these guys are going to be mainly playing on the 20-second meta where, I mean, you just try and delay. I mean, they have the Mute, they have the Goyo, they have the the Legion. It's all looking like they are definitely just going to try and stagnate the other team as they start to repel up now, see what they can do heading into this round.
Yeah, and actually you incorrectly mentioned the Mozzie there, but your thought was in the correct.
Yeah, I mean, I think they take the Mozzie, especially with the Mute combo, but no,
yeah,
as well.
Absolutely.
Legion Sledge starting to open up the hatches now. Let's see what they can do, especially with the droner coming out now, droning out the main bar area. But two players currently situated in Cigar Lounge. The Jaeger playing very aggressively, the Goya behind the shield. No one on the window repel, however. Stage repel is empty. IQ the only one outside of the balcony area.
No, we're going to be seeing quite a quick entry for Thermite. You're going to be just blowing that wall up there at the top of the stairs. Going to open a little bit of a sight line into Cigar Lounge.
Well, first kill coming out from Elik. That's onto Minted. I don't really know where that came from.
Yeah, not only that.
Maybe new balcony peeked wide onto that, but then again, the kill onto Figure 6. That's the Jaeger that was playing behind the bar area in Cigar Lounge. I mean, that's a lead now in favor of Team Omnius Gaming. And as I say, that Fish gets dropped by JMS. It's looking like a full control from Team Omnius Gaming at the moment.
Yeah, that's some really dominant stuff from them, and the Doc going down so early is really not what you want to see at all. You know, you want to see the Doc surviving as long as possible because of the healing charges, and seeing him go down first is just tragic, really.
This is looking very dire. Goya shields being popped, wall being opened by the Thermite. At least Legion alive, Northam Klugit left. Left last live in a 5v1, this is not looking good. Diffuser getting planted by the thermite, but
Yeah, this
his
is
crossfires
impossible.
are being held. This is looking dire.
This is pretty much impossible here. Actually gets the headshot, but yeah, the refrag's there. Pretty much impossible when you're in a 1v5 situation like that. Looking quite dominant for Omnius Gaming right now.
Yeah, I mean, they were able
good start.
to clear out Cigar Lounge within, I mean, that was like a 20-second clear. From there, they just pushed on to side and collapse. These guys are looking like they're just winning their gunfights, what can I say?
Look at the chat there.
Bit of banter in chat there.
We always love a bit of good banter. Good to see. But yeah, like you said, that was really, really quick coming out from the attackers there. I mean, they were blowing up that wall. The dock went down so quickly, and they were just on the site in a matter of seconds.
I mean, that's kind of worrying, though, because their entire defensive setup was predicated on wasting time, yeah. So it's not looking good for them, but heading into kitchen service now, let's see what they can do. Maybe mix things up. I mean, they have a Mozzie this time, as I called out. Maybe I was just predicting the future, but yeah, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I think they kind of realized that mute Mozzie can be really helpful, and I think maybe they kind of think that the attackers, they were able to execute so quickly because they had information, so they're trying to go for a bit more information now with that mute Mozzie, which is what you like to see. And I also like this kitchen pick. I think this is a really nice site to kind of defend on. A lot of people prefer going to the book room upstairs or through to engine, but this one I think has a little bit of unspoken
Yeah, I
spirit.
think when you actually look at the stats, this is one of the highest win rates on the entire CAFO, which is kind of strange. I mean, most teams don't really take this as their primary bomb site, but let's see how it works for them. Let's see if the stats translate into the real world scenario.
Yeah, let's see if they can maybe throw a bit of a curveball here, you know, and maybe bring something back. Obviously, that first round was a bit concerning with how quickly it went, so they're looking to bring things back a little bit here and put up a bit better of a defense.
Jaeger actually spawn peeking on the main stage window. Doesn't look like he actually spotted anything, but there's definitely a roam clear coming out from especially the sledge now. Zofia situated outside of mini kitchen side. See what the Mozzie on the roam can do. Nottingham Klugit, if anyone doesn't know, that is Salt. Learning a bit of science in between your and Six Entertainment.
Yeah, we're educating you as well as entertaining you here tonight. So NaCl. Also, I think I mentioned that on my side as well with the previous final. Sodium chloride.
IQ already actually in mining room. I don't think they know of the roam presence at the moment. Actually, no, now spotting him on the drone. But Elik has actually dropped minted. That was a great kill. I don't know where that came from. Maybe just peeking wide into this connector area.
Yeah, and Gridlock is a pretty big area denial operator that you kind of want going into the post plant. So not a good look for Omnius right now.
Starting to open up from above. You still have the sledge. You can open up a lot of angles, and thermite charge actually going off in bakery. Going to give them a lot of leeway onto site as well. Now placing one on the main bakery wall. But Devon actually gets a kill onto Mystic. That's the Jaeger dropped. I believe he was on site. That's a great kill coming out from him. Now a 3v4 situation.
Yeah, things are looking a lot better for Frantic6 now. This is a lot better showing than in the first round. So a little bit of hope here. They have taken down 2. They did get a refrag for 1.
So might
it is a
actually,
3v4.
he got wide picked by the Ella there in the hallway. He did very few damage, but that could have turned on pretty bad. They have a pretty linear setup here, like a great wall being set up. All 4 players in a linear situation, but IQ actually pressuring onto the stairs. If he can wallbang that, that'd be great, but looking like he's missing his shots at the moment. That is unfortunate to see.
That could have been amazing. That could have been so
He had the
epic to
lineup.
see.
That could have been absolutely spectacular, but looks like just delaying coming out from Team Frantic6. Oh, great shot from the thermite. That's a double kill for him on the round. Great kill coming out there.
Yeah, those early frags coming out really nice. Bit of refragging going on, but 2v3 is going to look pretty difficult, especially with IQ being on basically 25 HP, probably less. A lot more HP advantage over on Frantic6
Well,
right now.
I think the plant's going down. Whoa, that's a pretty big oversight. Now in a post plant, sure it's a 1v2,
should be
but
pretty easy,
this
though.
man, he has vertical control. This is some Galaxy brain play here. If you can see this player rotating on the stairs, he can easily lock this out. You can hear the
Defenders
Yeah,
have
and I
eyes on the
mean,
C4 being ripped, but oh, that is just unfortunate. Playing around each other, but
Yeah.
Ella gets the final kill. Well done to Figure, and they take their first defensive round, heading into
disabled by
kitchen.
Yeah, like you said, that could have been galaxy brain there from the IQ with that vertical play. Like it really could have. And I was kind of vibing it because in the semifinals on my side, we saw a Wamai on 4 HP clutch a 1v2, and I was just getting
Yikes.
those vibes again. IQ 4 HP vertical play, big brain, but it wasn't to be.
Unfortunately not. Heading to Bar Cocktail actually once again. See if they can maybe change up their defense a bit. Take what they learned from this round. Actually taking the Maestro this time, the first time this matchup. See how they can utilize it. Not really a common pick when going to Bar Cocktail, but I mean you can put it on New Balcony, just hold the drop down, make it so they have to actually pressure utility into it. But Goya as well being 6-picked off of the Mozzie.
Yeah, let's see if they can rectify their previous mistakes on this bomb site. Maybe they'll be expecting the quick plays this time around, or they have something to, you know, answer those quick plays. They have decided to not go for any sort of information denial. They've picked up the Jaeger, the Maestro, as you said, a little bit of an interesting pick, but I think maybe it'll give them the chance to get a little bit more information on the attackers. If the attackers are moving quickly, maybe just annoy them with that Maestro cam, you know, just zap them and kind of keep them at bay from rushing in a bit too quickly.
I mean, even at that, we've been talking about the Mute Mozzie combo this entire matchup, but something that's really overlooked, in my opinion, is the Goya Maestro combo. Very few people actually know that when you shoot the canister side of the Goya shield with the Maestro cam, you can actually detonate it. And, I mean, with that combo, you can safely detonate a Goya shield. That's something that, I mean, when used correctly, can definitely wreak some havoc.
Yeah, that could be used pretty, I mean, if you have the 200 IQ, that could be used pretty effectively, you know? You could just detonate the shields when you see the attackers in the right place. You don't even have to be in the vicinity. You just pop it with the cam, which, yeah, I guess a lot of people wouldn't know that. I didn't even know that. That's,
I've been using it in my ranked games the last few days. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a pretty strong strat.
Team Omnius Gaming now actually starting to open up the hatches, situated on the roof, IQ on the rappel. Oh, sorry, actually not, just looking for gadgets at the moment, it seems. They have the Maestro and the Jaeger ADS as well as Salt with the Legions, but I don't think the IQ will actually be able to do anything from where he's currently situated. Thermite dropping into red aggressively, opening up the main wall into Cigar Lounge. There are currently players situated in Cigar Lounge, especially the Goya behind his shield. See how this turns out.
Yeah, that's the same attack setup that we saw the last time we were on third floor, but this time I think the defender's a lot more prepared for it.
I distinctly remember from your stream all of the single bullet peak holes, and well, here we go again. Bullet peak holes coming out from Frantic6.
Yeah, they can be pretty strong on the third floor. I like to use them as well when it comes to this particular bomb site, so unsurprising that we see those coming out.
I mean, it looks like an engagement coming up here. That's the Goya peeking quite aggressively into Cigar Lounge. If he peeks a bit too wide, he could get his head taken off. As well as very long, very long angles being held by the ACOGs on the side of Omnius Gaming as a TK. Yikers.
That's not what you like to see at all. That's unfortunate.
Full Cigar Lounge control now coming on the side of Team Omnius, but they will have to leverage it onto site if they want to do anything. Yes, it's a 5v3, but without any control, whelp. As I say that, these boys are playing out of their mind. Just winning gunfights at the moment, what can I say? All aim, no brain, I guess.
Even that laser cannon can't save them this time. I guess third floor just isn't where they need to be right now.
I mean, at this moment, they still need to play one more round before heading back to kitchen. So, I guess reading room is the play then.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the best option. You know, aside from, like I said, the kitchen, since they can't go there. Reading room probably just the best decision here.
Well,
Actually,
looks like they're not listening to us.
Yeah, apparently they're really trying to perfect their third floor play, and I don't know how advisable this is. They've seen twice how they've gotten thrashed essentially on the third floor. First time they just got absolutely rushed and destroyed. Second time they were even prepared for it and they still got destroyed. And yeah, I don't know, they have to change something. I mean, surely they have to identify some problem going forward that they're changing. I mean,
at this moment they're just beating a dead bush. Like, what more can you adapt? They've done all they can from our point of view, at least. it's just Omnius Gaming completely dominant at the moment.
Yeah, maybe they just feel like they made one or two mistakes that kind of cost them the round. So perhaps they're trying to rectify those mistakes. They've brought up a Mozzie. They don't have the Goyo this time. They do have Wamai and Jaeger, which can be a lot of those utility denials, which can be pretty big. But I don't know if utility was the problem, really. You know, in these, like, sure, it can be annoying, but I mean, is that really the underlying issue in the defense of this site?
Yeah, I mean, thus far we've seen, I mean, Omnius Gaming have essentially been taking the same setup the entire time, dropping red stairs, opening up into Cigar Lounge, taking control of Cigar Lounge as well as the main Cigar. From there, just, well, collapsing onto side. What more can I say? They've just been winning their gunfights.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what strats you have, it doesn't matter what counterplay you have, it doesn't matter what setups you have. If you're losing gunfights, you're losing gunfights. That's
I mean, you can get a 5k from a C4, but that's 1 in a million. You have to win your gunfights.
Yeah. Spawn peak C4. That's the that's what I would do right now if I was Frantic6. Just toss that nitro cell out the window towards the common spawn point and hope for a quick frag and maybe give myself the man advantage for a bit.
IQ actually on the aggressive repel. We've seen her trying to detect gadgets most of the time, but looks like she's confident at the moment, looking to peek onto Cigar Lounge. Bit of pre-fire coming in, but there's a player on stage. I believe that is the Wamai, indeed, with a figure on the Wamai. See if he can get a kill from that position, as well as Minted backing him up, holding the crossfire for him. Great setup coming out from these two players, holding each other's backs, but if IQ can line up a shot, well, she's actually rotated onto stage. This could net a kill for her, as I don't believe Wamai is ready for this, but actually the Jaeger getting naded.
That's actually quite funny. The
Ironic.
refrag is there, but yeah, it is ironic. ADS guy gets fragged with a frag grenade.
Complete control of red stairs now, as once again the thermite charge into Cigar.
Yeah, this is kind of like standard play. Well,
Well, that's a tight angle being held there.
Oh, he actually escapes. Wow.
If you white peek this, he can get the sledge. He actually gets it, but getting refragged. Mozzie looking to peek it wide though, falling back rather. As a 2v3 situation now. They don't have the diffuser. With 1 minute 10 left and almost no leverage on this side, this is looking good for Frantic6. Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
the
I think
traction.
Frantic6 has been doing a lot better this time.
The poor man just looking down in disappointment. Oh, that's a great shot.
2v3, make that a 1v3. And it's last one left. It's 10 HP basically. This should be a Frantic6 run. I think they've managed to finally pull off that
Yeah,
third
looks
floor
like
defense
we
that
were
they've been
wrong. Looks
trying.
like they actually were able to adapt and overcome.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the game, you know?
Well-
Improvise, adapt, overcome. There it is.
Passive angle being held by Fish to great effect as he gets the final kill, locking it out now in a 2-on-2 round count. And see where they are actually now able to head to Kitchen as another defensive site, and for the first time they're actually looking in control of this matchup, Team Frantic6.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good to see that they were able to, you know, adapt and finally get that victory on the third floor site like they wanted. You know, we were saying, oh, this looks impossible, what more can you do? But I mean, I guess, you know, that at that point, if the team feels like they can do it, you know, that is the indication. If they go for that third floor a third time in a row after having lost it twice, you know, that they must feel confident.
Yeah.
They must feel confident about something. They're like, guys, we can be winning this. There's something we're doing wrong. Let's fix it. And they've actually managed to fix it. So whatever they did it right. So it is 2v2 now, neck and neck. Let's see who pulls out ahead.
And all play to them heading to Kitchen now. If they follow this precedent, they should be able to lock it out in a 3-on-2 scoreline in the split. I mean, it's decent considering Cafe is such a defender-sided map, but still, well played to these guys. They've been able to just clutch it out and completely turn around the flow of this game.
Yeah, I mean, originally it looked like Omnius Gaming was just going to run away with everything, which seemed to be like the threat was there, you know, it was pretty big. I mean, we even thought that it was going to be that, you know, just the third floor defense. We thought it was going to go down again, thought it was going to be fall flat again, and it didn't. So, yeah, like you said, congrats to Frantic6 for being able to pull that off. So there definitely is hope for them to go a little bit stronger than we expected them to go into the next half.
Actually playing the mute Mozzie once again, should be able to be utilized in a top floor roam assistance, which actually no, or my falls back, no top floor roam presence at the moment. All 5 players on site looking... Oh, the Jaeger once again just messing with our minds, back and forth, back and forth. I believe he's actually going to play top floor now.
I actually really like this coming out from Frantic6. They have the Mute and the Bandit, which means that they can really reinforce this this site. And my favorite combo actually to play on the kitchen site is that hard denial with the Mute, with the Bandit. Can really stop the attackers from getting any sort of heads way towards the side.
Don't know if you saw that, but in Small Bakery there was a Mozzie place placed in the middle of the room that actually denied them droning out the full hallway. That was a great play from the Mozzie. Just a great example of how effective his Mozzie pastes can be. JMS actually repelling into Fireplace at the moment. I do not know whether he knows that Jaeger's currently still roaming top floor, as Jaeger actually drops, looking to actually pressure him, but no, he falls back onto site. Probably seeing the kill coming out from Figure 6, knowing there's a lot of presence on site, opting to rather fall back.
Yeah, and we saw the Mute go down pretty quickly, but he did manage to get his gadgets down, so at least there's that. At least his life was not for naught. But the trade is out. They have gotten 1 for 2 actually, so it's going to be 3v4.
And that's the thermite charge going off now. They have leverage onto site as well as the top floor presence. This sledge has opened up a lot of avenues. Look at, I mean, almost all of the floor has been broken to pieces. Sure, it's a 4v3, but they have a lot of avenues onto site, and if they can capitalize on this, this looks like an Omnius gaming round. As well as, I mean, Mystic6 still on the top floor. If he can pressure the guys in Fireplace at the moment, they're golden.
Yeah, and we've seen how powerful Omnius can be, so we certainly can't count them down and out just yet. But the man advantage is, for the moment, in favor of Frantic6. A little bit of spam going to come through those walls there to try and find a cheeky play. Nothing much going to happen out of there just yet.
Looking like Omnius are stalling out a bit at the moment. Players still droning. Just deciding what they want to do from here.
Yeah, they do have a little bit of time, so it's good that they use this time tactically, but that time is going to
Oh, that's
trickle away
an
pretty
unfortunate
quickly.
whiffed shot. That could have been amazing. As a kill
Yeah,
coming out
could
from
be.
Mystic gets JMS, that's the IQ dropped. 2 players left last live now on Omnius Gaming, and suddenly this is not looking too good. But as I say that, Sticks getting a kill onto Fish, that's a great headshot. Long angle being held by them, that's something only the ACOG can do, and, well, using it to great utilization as now a 3-on-2 situation. They have the diffuser, but 20 seconds left. They have to do something if they want any shot at winning this round. Crossfire is
Yeah,
being
time
held
is ticking
by
away.
Frantic6. This is not looking good. They need to get this plant down.
10 seconds to go.
Great.
It's been spotted out there.
Well, great shot by the Sledge, but his teammate gets dropped and you can't really do anything with 5 seconds left in 1v2. Valiant effort, but nonetheless. Team
Yeah, and actually really
Omnius
nice shots
take...
from Mozzie there.
Oh, sorry, Frantic6 takes it.
Yeah, so actually quite nice to see that Frantic6 really rebounded quite nicely here and is able to take the 1-round lead at least over Omnius, who we kind of thought were going to be a little bit, you know, more powerful going into this first half. So.
And this is the first time Frantic6 actually had to reading Fireplace. This is new territory for them. They haven't won 2 in a round since, well, this entire matchup.
Yeah, and maybe this is it. Maybe they've been saving the best for last. So perhaps we'll see some interesting stuff here, perhaps not. Hopefully we don't see a repeat of that first round. Hopefully Frantic6 are a bit more warmed up now, a bit more used to how Omnius are kind of playing. So yeah, I'm expecting them to at least do a lot better than that. And we've seen them, like I said, they've been rebounding. So yeah, maybe this is a round that they can do.
Reading room. Usually a site being held from the top floor, and as we say that, Mozzie reinforcing Cocktail looks to be a pretty dominant top floor presence. Mira actually being banned is a pretty big thing for, especially on the reading room, where, I mean, the meta at the moment is just holding it in stock room. From there, just passive. I mean, what can you do when you have top floor control and Cocktail as well as stock room holding both sites? Like, Mira being banned is definitely going to be a big factor, especially in this round.
Yeah, and actually, I really like this setup. You know, a lot of teams kind of, or a lot of people in general who play Rainbow Six, they kind of undervalue the strength of vertical play. And I really love when a team understands how strong it can be, understands which sites it works on really nicely, like this one, and actually just commits to it and, you know, plays for a lot of those vertical power angles and whatnot to be really strong.
IQ once again on the repel onto Cigar Lounge, looking to play aggressively, but no one in Cigar Lounge at the moment as it is being droned out. definitely a very strong cocktail defense coming out from Team Frantic6, but Jaeger actually peeking aggressively. This could net him a kill. IQ might believe this room is completely clear. She droned this out once. If he moves in now, he could net a kill from this.
Could be a little bit unexpected here. Drone is spotted though, I think that'll maybe give it away.
Looks like Team Omnius going for the tried and true method of pushing into Cigar Lounge from red. We've seen that, I believe, what, 4 rounds now.
Yeah, red stairs is strong. I loved when I'm on defense. I always play red stairs because I just know how powerful it can be for in the hands of the attackers.
I don't know if you saw that, but JMS just actually cleared New Balk and they didn't spot the Mozzie. If one of them wide peeks into this, they could get killed by this angle. Oh.
Oh,
as I say that, proving me wrong.
Opposite thing happens. That's so unfortunate there. Mozzie could have had so much impact there and actually just gets out aimed.
Pushing into top floor bar now as whoa. How was that not in a headshot? But anyway, still continuing the battle, but no one comes out the victorious.
Wow, that's actually a refrag for both. I think 2 people just took each other out at the same time there.
Damn. Well, looks like top floor presence now in control of Team Omnius as they have cleared out the full cocktail top floor presence.
Yeah, it's looking pretty difficult now for Frantic6. It's a Maestro on like 10 HP and a Legion, and unless they can really stall out the time somehow or just stop the plant, I don't really know if Figure 6 or Frantic6, sorry, can actually pull this one out.
I mean, sure, you have top floor control, but you have to transfer it into side control. But it looks like that's what Thermite's doing at the moment. He's getting the diffuser down. With top floor roam presence, that's just going to be absolutely undefusable.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, you know, we were talking about the vertical play early on, and this vertical play is going to come back to bite the defense in the butt because now the diffuser's planted, which means the attackers can just go sit on the second floor and hold the angle.
That track sting actually just almost killed him. It does 5 damage. He's on, I believe, 4 HP. that could have been a bit of a yikes there, but nonetheless he comes out safely from that. Oh, the prone being held by the IQ, great play, and Devon locking it out, killing Fish, the final defender left last live, and now a 3-3 split in this half.
Yeah, and the score is pretty much even now, 3-3. But this certainly wasn't what I expected. I won't lie to you. You know, based on those first couple rounds, I thought, wow, Omnius, they really got this down. They know what they're doing. They're looking strong, looking confident. And yeah, I've been proven wrong. You know, Frantic6 have really come back, as you can see, and things are neck and neck. So I honestly can't say what to expect going forward. Like, I really don't know what other thing I can say other than, you know, let's see what happens in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you have to give them the benefit of the doubt, sure, but just remember, Cafe Dostoevsky is traditionally a very defender-sided map. Sure, it's a 3-2-3 split, which seems even, but with such a defender-sided map, you'd expect at least a 4-on-2. Yes, 3-on-3 is acceptable, but still, they could have done better, and I don't want to bite them too much, but they didn't play to the fullest extent, and, well, looks like they're heading into attack now. Let's see if they can transfer that play onto the attack, maybe do a bit better on the attacking side.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, the Cafe, traditionally a defender-sided map, but ultimately it comes down to, you know, how the teams eventually decide to play. We are going to be seeing a similar tactic coming out here for Omnius Gaming. They have the Goyo for the shields, they have that Mute, they have the Jaeger, they have Legion, and Maestro as well, actually. So they've decided to take that Maestro-Goyo combo that we were talking about earlier for themselves as well. Let's see if they can use it to a little bit better fruition. I don't think it worked out too well for Frantic6, but yeah, maybe it works out better for Omnius.
What I'm actually liking thus far is the pick from Mr. Sodium Chloride himself, the salty boy. I don't think we've seen a Jackal thus far this matchup.
Yeah, Jackal isn't really a pick that we see too often in like really competitive play, you know, in favor of other things, you know, more utility or whatever the case may be. But the Jackal actually does provide a lot of interesting play. You know, you can spot out people who have decided to maybe be a bit big brain. You know, they think, I could be 200 IQ and do something unexpected. Jackal's just like, nope, I know where you are. You can't do anything like that.
I mean, I understand the theory behind him, but putting it into practice, I mean, they're on the top floor. top floor bomb site. What can you really do?
Passive so far. Nothing too crazy happening just yet. But yeah, I don't know. We've seen some pretty interesting stuff happen in like 3 seconds before.
Yeah.
So this could begin to translate into some crazy stuff happening. We do see that red stairs control starting to get taken.
Oh, Zofia's in. She's in Cigar.
Stairs control.
Attackers
And that's a lot of control.
One of the strongest ways to enter in, as you saw in the previous half. But let's see if Omnius is ready for it, and if Frantic6 can actually utilize it like Omnius did.
Yeah, I mean, Zofia's in. They have control seemingly of Cigar. They're trying to push off the square. If they can get control of Cigar Lounge, they should be able to just transfer that onto side. And that is the Goyle
Nomad is
bot.
down.
Oh, no, yeah, sorry. Thermite starting to, well, trying to open, but looks like a mute jam actually blocking it at the moment.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
Oh, he's managed to put it just to the side outside of the mute jammer range. He's able to blow that bit up.
Look at this
A
though.
bit of vision on.
Jaeger and Mute still situated bottom floor. That could bite them in the ass. I mean, look at this angle being held from him. Devon, pretty tight angle onto default plant spot.
Yeah, no, that's maybe a little bit of a gamble, but I think it could pay off just, you know, because it might be a bit unexpected. But if it gets cleared out, it could come back to bite them, like you said.
Thermite pushing into Freezer very aggressively, realizing he has to do something with 30 seconds left, but getting bit in the ass as, well, he gets killed. Elik getting him, but Elik now actually injured. I believe that was Mr. Salty himself getting the injury onto him.
Yeah, he does get revived, but, you know, the time is ticking down. And one of the things we see quite often from teams is that they don't actually estimate correctly how pressing time can be. And this angle getting held is, everyone just goes nuts because when that time is ticking down, people feel pressured to do crazy stuff, and, you know, that comes back to bite the attackers. You know, you have to pull the trigger earlier.
I think the stream might have been a bit confused early on in this round. I accidentally muted myself in Discord. So I was talking over you, not realizing what was going on. Sorry stream if that caused any inconvenience for you guys. Might have been a bit weird, the dynamic between the two of us, but I'm back.
I was wondering what happened there. I was like, well, why did he just disappear all of a sudden?
Yeah. What's that? Team Omnius Gaming heading to Reading Room Fireplace actually as their second side. They're not heading to kitchen, not looking at the statistics, but well, let's see if they transfer it into practice.
Yeah, a lot of people don't actually prefer kitchen, even though, like you said, statistics might show it's a bit stronger. But a lot of teams just don't like going there, and you know, maybe saving the best for last, or perhaps they just don't prefer kitchen. Maybe they just prefer or feel more comfortable in reading. Whatever the case may be, they're here. And yeah, they have a pretty standard setup.
Thinking about it now, actually, it might be a bit of a fallacy just looking straight at the stats because, I mean, teams that don't feel as confident down below probably won't go to kitchen, whereas teams that actually are confident, know what they're doing, head to kitchen and then win most of their plays. I think looking just at the statistics gives a bit of a jaded view.
Yeah, you have to see. You know, obviously statistics can lie quite often. You know, a lot of people love their statistics, but ultimately, if you don't have the right kind of information and kind of context and perspective for the statistics, they can be very misleading.
Well, talking about statistics, that might have bored a bit of people on the stream, but anyway, this is quite a top floor presence coming out from Team Omnius Gaming. I believe this is only 2 players top floor at the moment, but look at the utility expended. I believe about 6 reinforcements, impact, barbed wires, Goya shields, ADSs, Legion, Kumans, everything just situated top floor. These guys are definitely looking to keep control of top floor. We saw Frantic6 trying the same strat, but they actually lost control of top floor. And that bit them in the butt. But early aggression coming out from Team Frantic6, looking to pressure out the player in bar, but to no avail.
Yeah, like you said, we did see the same kind of similar vertical strat coming out from Frantic6, but I think maybe Omnius can utilize it a bit more, just based on how they were doing their vertical plays from the attacking side. Maybe a bit more well versed in that regard. But even speaking of, it seems like the red stairs is quite popular for Thermite these days.
Yeah, trying to flash out the Goya behind the shield, the traditional spot we've seen about 3 times thus far this matchup. But he's still holding strong.
He does get flashed off though, at least.
And no doubt this might be a bit of a doozy, as I mean they can get a pretty good pincer movement on him, but Minted is actually dropped by C4 from down below. That's JMS on the Valkyrie. Great play from him.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where you can see the defense, how much utility they can waste. I mean, you just see how many flashes and utility was wasted just to remove that one Goyo shield. Oh.
Talking earlier in this round about things going in 5 seconds, that was pretty monumental. A flawless round coming out from Team Omnius Gaming off the back of about 5 seconds play from 3 players on their team. Pretty good teamwork coming out.
That was like a 4K from Valkyrie, wasn't it?
I believe so. She pushed out very aggressively,
Yeah,
getting the kills.
That was a lot of frags. That was a lot of frags coming up from Valkyrie there. Like, it was really well played. They pretty much single-handedly won the round. It's going to be 5-3 in favor of Omnius Gaming.
Naturally, for any people that are new to Frantic6eSports, once you win a site, you can't go back to that site for 2 more rounds. So Team Omnius Gaming now heading to kitchen service because, I mean, they can't head back to to top floor bar or reading room. So their 3rd preferred bomb site now being kitchen service. Let's see what they can do with it.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's kind of the default, you know. You don't really want to find yourself in Steam Engine Room too much.
Yeah, I mean, Old Cafe, that was the meta, but I mean, with the new rework, there are a lot stronger sites.
Yeah, and you know, we've been talking mostly about kitchen and reading room and the toss-up between the two. So I think if you don't have the one, you go for the other. That's kind of just a no-brainer. For teams, you know, once the one that you like is gone, just pick the other one, even though you don't like it as much, or maybe you do. You know, you just go for that one because it's open.
I've been seeing this evolve as, well, sort of the meta at the moment. Teams are actually opening up angles into both red hallway as well as bakery. I don't know if it's the play though, because if you lose your play in bakery or red stairs, those are 2 pretty major angles being opened up straight onto a site. What do you think about that, Patch?
Yeah, honestly, I'm inclined to agree with you. Just because from my experience, the attackers coming from that area, you know, pushing through that room, if they have a lot of players going through there, if they have a lot of aggression going through there, like you said, if they get that control, things can become a little bit spicy there for the defenders, you know. And we actually saw that in the previous semi-finals that I was casting. They literally, the defenders opened up a rotation hole. And that rotation hole literally came back to bite them because the attackers were able to clutch through that rotation hole. So, you know, maybe opening things up, it's a risk-reward kind of a play. And Omnius, they seem to be pretty confident in making that risk-reward play.
That's the name of the game. You have to realize, well, you can lose control of something and it can bite you in the ass.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't, but maybe it does. Who knows?
Pretty substantial top floor roam clear coming out from Team Frantic6, as I mean, there aren't currently any roamers. It's kind of for nothing at the moment, as all 5 players are situated roughly near site.
Yeah, and this maybe comes down to Frantic6 just preferring to, you know, kind of entry into that 3rd floor instead of going into anywhere else. Maybe they're a bit more comfortable with attacking there, and they've seen the trend of, you know, lots of roamers going all upstairs. So perhaps they just needed to ensure that they were clearing out all the things so that they didn't get just immediately flanked by some oak holding the 3rd floor. So, yeah, a little bit of a slow kind of a take from them, but it's methodical. It is there is good reason behind it, so it is a good tactical move, and they've got that 2nd floor control, a little bit of verticality going.
I don't know if you saw the double up there on the pillar stairs. Both the Nomad and Tracksting is actually dispensed on those stairs, definitely not wanting to lose control of that. So that's a pretty substantial flank if players can flank through there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the big problem for 3rd floor is red stairs, and equally as so the big issue for 2nd floor is those stairs on that side there. So,
well, early kill coming out onto Figure. 40 seconds left, but still an opening pick as Fish actually reacts as well. 4-on-4 now. Let's look at the top floor quickly, and well,
have to go a little bit quicker here.
Once again, the entire floor being made out of thin wafers.
Yeah, pretty much all the walls in this game just gone with a breath of air or a blast from a shotgun. But things need to happen really quickly. There's only 20 seconds left. Stuff needs to start happening right now. Frantic6 are running out of time.
Look
They
at
took
this
too much
crossfire.
time in clearing
3
the
players currently holding this hallway. This is not looking good. Valkyrie peeks wide and I think gets the second, but no, the Zofia actually peeking wide. IQ left last life, the Zofia has dropped, but IQ gets the kill onto Maestro. Final kill onto the Mute, but no, the defenders finally winning it out as Canis gets the final kill with the TCSG. The Cade getting the final kill onto the IQ. Locking out the round in a 6-3 scoreline now. This is not looking good for Frantic6.
Yeah, and I honestly can't remember if Cafe was Omnius' pick or Frantic6's pick, but either way, Omnius, they looked really strong in the beginning, and they're looking really strong here as we go towards the end of this map. 6-3, honestly, Frantic6, they put up a really good fight. I was definitely impressed with how they managed to come back, but things are seemingly kind of slipping out of their hands now. Not able to really pull off the attacks like they should have. Like you said, defender-sided map, Omnius, they know how to play that defense side quite well, it seems. They've managed to win quite a lot on this side. I think actually perfect side so far. So yeah.
Yeah, that's where you see it translate. That's why I said you expect a 4-2 coming out from a defensive side. If the defenders on the second split then can take control, they can run away with it. We've seen Omnius Gaming now winning 3 sites in a row. They're heading back to their primary bomb site. This is not looking good for Frantic6.
Yeah, they certainly need to kind of change things up a little bit or speed things up. You know, I was praising the way they were kind of taking that third floor control and pushing through it just to clear out the roamers. But the issue with that is if you want to do something like that, if you want to clear the floors methodically, you have to do it a little bit quickly, especially if you know that the bomb site is not up there. You know, you have to get through those floors very quickly, so you have to make your drone work quick, you have to get in quick, and then you have to push down towards the bomb site. And they took too much time, and that forced them to kind of do things they didn't want to do towards the end, which is why they lost that previous round. You know, they were making good trades, they were in a good position, but the time was just working against them. So let's see if they pick up the pace a little bit this time.
Just looking at that keyword there, time. We've seen Omnius Gaming now win almost every round on time. They've whittled it down to the last 20 seconds, and well, looking at the meta, that's what's happening at the moment. But Frantic6 on their defense, they weren't really able to play on time. Omnius Gaming pressured them into early defensive losses. They just weren't able to hold on to site for that long.
Yeah, maybe that just shows a little bit more perhaps expertise. I wouldn't be surprised if this was Omnius's map pick. I'll actually have to go and check that. Let me see if I can find out whose it was. But regardless of what it is, yeah, you know, it just looks like Omnius, they've been showing a little bit more power in terms of what we would expect how this map would be played. So they are in the lead at the moment. They are looking strong. They are looking to close things out here. Let's see if they can actually do that.
All 5 players now on the roof looking to plan their next step as well. Once again, we see the Thermites pushing into raid. Deja vu as it seems, but well, let's see if this turns out any different.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Yeah, so I don't have any information on who picked what map, unfortunately. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this was on Omnius's map. But this makes me question to see how these teams will perhaps perform on the next map, which I believe is Villa. Because that's not a map that I'm sorry, no, it's not Villa, it's Border. Okay, yeah, that is perhaps more likely. So it is going to be Border, which is interesting. I wonder how the teams play on there if we see so much domination coming out from Omnius as now.
As I said, the Deja vu Thermite charge onto Freezer once again being mute jammed. The kill coming out from Figure now, as seems Mute whipped out a C4, but an answer coming out from Styx with the TCSG.
Yeah, and I don't think the TCSG nerfs have actually gone live yet, if I'm not mistaken. Those are still coming, so the TCSG is still pretty powerful.
IQ peeking aggressively, almost getting the kill onto, I believe that is Styx. Playing in Freezer, pops the Goya shield, which actually gets the kill onto the IQ.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Diffuser now being planted, however.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser.
Devon left last live in, well, a round which doesn't really mean too much to Omnius Gaming. Or sorry, yes, Omnius Gaming. But if he can clutch this out, well, might as well end the map sooner than as soon as possible.
Attackers need to protect the
Yeah, obviously want to try and end out the map, so Omnius doing what they can. The Jaeger is going to be trying to do something. It's not going to work out. Like you said, not the biggest issue for Omnius, but if Frantic6 want to try and push this one to the end, you know, this is kind of the first step that they needed to take to get there. It is still a very long road if they want to come back from this one. Omnius definitely in a clear lead here, so it's going to be quite an uphill battle if Frantic6 want this one.
Yeah, if anything, this gives you confidence, and they can use that, leverage it going into further rounds, and well, work it from there. But if they want to stay alive, they're gonna have to win this round. If they want to win this, final, if they want to progress further in this African Rainbow Six League, sponsored by Pura Vida, the main water supplier to, I believe, what is it?
East London.
To East London. Thank you so much for Pura Vida sponsoring this stream.
Yeah, we're gonna see pretty similar setup. Once again, we have the Mute, the Goyo, Jaeger Legion, and a Maestro. So pretty standard stuff for defense side. And I think kind of similar as well. We got an Ash and a Zephyr for our next 6, which we saw from them in the semifinals quite a bit. Lots of destruction there. Capital providing quite a lot of utility as well. I really like setups with Capital. I think he's really a great operator to play. Offers a lot of value with his kit. So it's always fun to see if he can get utilized quite nicely. I'm a fan of playing him in solo queue as well. I love to pick him up and kind of play around his utility, because a lot of people don't really know how to respond. You know, you see a common spot getting smoked out immediately, you don't really know what to do, and suddenly you're burning. Suddenly a place where you should be standing is on fire. You know, suddenly you can't get into a room. So you know, he's quite useful. You can play around him if you know how to use his kit.
I mean, the duality of smokes as an area denial as well as flames being an area denial can work pretty well in good hands, and well, Fish has been doing pretty well thus far.
Yeah, he's like you said, been doing pretty decently. He got himself 6 frags in total there. Top of the server though is gonna be actually 3 is gonna be tied 3-way for James, Canis and Elake. Those 3 gonna be on 9 frags each.
Bit of stagnation coming out, but I mean, 2 minutes still left on the round. Would expect this to turn out as well. Here we go again.
Yeah, Frantic6, they don't want to make a mistake here, because they know they don't have room to make errors. You know, any mistake could pretty much cost them this, and if they really want to fight for this one, they need to make no mistakes, or as minimal mistakes as possible to get back into this one. So maybe they're going to be taking a little bit of time to just perfect what they're doing, but I just hope that they don't run out of that time, because it has come back to bite them oftentimes. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Goyo shield being popped, that gives them at least a bit of a chance to actually push out the Goyo, but the flames being left buys them a bit of time. Holding the angle very passively, but Devon and I believe that's Fish on the Capital getting in a bit of an engagement downstairs.
Yeah, and Capital are going to be taking down like 25 HP, which is not where you want to be, but at least they're not dead just yet.
Still trying to figure out how to pressure out this Goyo. It doesn't seem like they really know what to do with this man.
Yeah, and there's 1 minute left on the clock, and you know, we're talking about time, and things are starting to slip away slowly. Things need to start happening, so we need to see Frantic6 start pulling the trigger.
If he peeks wide at a good time, he could net himself a few kills here, but opting to back off, holding an angle passively into Freezer that has now been opened by the thermite charge.
Yeah, 40 seconds left now.
Bit of team damage done onto the Ash there.
I'm surprised. It is so late into the round and we still have 5v5.
No, oh, that is unfortunate. Pre-fires him through the wall, but just isn't able to find out exactly where he's located. Sophia pushing aggressively, finally gets the kill onto the Goyo. The player they've been trying to flush out for almost the entire game. But now, one player injured, this is a 2v3 situation. As the IQ gets dropped, this is really realistically now a 1v2. But Fish getting picked up, 10 seconds left, what can they do?
Yeah, it's not going to be much, honestly, and I think that's pretty much it.
look at the kill feed. That's a kill from Maestro turret.
You love to see it.
You love to see it. Great fashion to end out this map.
Yeah, and I mean that was really well played from both of the teams, but obviously especially well played to Omnius. Lost it a little bit after the first round, but they managed to bring it back and show quite an incredible dominance going through for the rest of the match. So GG to both of the teams, and we're going to move on to that map 2, which is going to be Border, if I'm not mistaken, like I said. Yeah, we've seen this one a couple of times so far in the African 6 League, so yeah, let's see what happens on here. I wonder if Omnius can show a similar sort of dominance straight off the bat, or if Frantic6 will feel a little bit more comfortable here.
Yeah, let's see. I think OG already. Let's see if I just quickly need to once again sort out the custom names. Seems we will be taking a 1-minute break. Just Frantic6 just wanting that quick break. And as well to the viewers, you can take a quick break, maybe get a few late night snacks. It is currently almost 10 to 12, so
Yeah, you should probably go grab yourself a glass of water right now if you're intent on continuing to watch the rest of these finals. And speaking of water, we do want to just give a quick thank you over to the sponsor of this stream and the African R6 League, which is going to be Pura Vida, the provider of premium water to East London. So thank you to them. They're powering this R6 League, which is brought to you here. And just in case you guys wanna follow me, I'm just gonna plug myself real quick. You can head over to Patchwork Fennec on pretty much all social media platforms. That's me.
as well to Kanye Diffuse on YouTube if you want to see any of the previous matchups, as well, especially the earlier group stages, the first or third rounds in this African R6 League. As well, Patchwork Fennec, take it away.
Yeah, I'm quite keen to see this border map. It is one of the maps that I do enjoy to play. Not my favorite, my absolute favorite, but it is amongst the ones that I do enjoy playing. And one of the nice things that I like about it is that, unlike a lot of other maps, the vertical plays are very, very more clean cut, in my opinion. A lot kind of simpler to understand and kind of get your head around. So if you want to, start figuring out how to do that verticality, this is a nice map to try it on. You can try some stuff out here. It's really, really interesting to see how people decide to approach this particular map. And I'm also interested to see if anyone has the guts to spawn peek this one. 'Cause this one has some really, really toxic spawn peaks that could really, like, you could do some damage with them, or you could just get instantly destroyed, depending on if the teams are actually ready for it or not. And in the semis, we didn't see anyone, because we did get border, but we didn't see anyone actually utilizing it. And I don't think the attacking team was actually checking for them, so they could have been caught out if the defenders did decide to actually spawn.
Well, thus far, Deja Vu, Buck and Thatcher bans. Let's see if the defensive bans turn out as we suspect.
Yeah, the Buck and the Thatcher, very common bans here, and obviously the next two, Mira and Echo. Let's see if that actually does turn out to be the case. It might change depending on the map, but there it is. There's the Mira, as expected. And I'm assuming it's going to be Echo.
Just toying with them in chats a bit. Let's see what the final ban is, and
it is Echo. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely as to be expected. These are pretty much the big kind of operators. If you leave one of them open, you pretty much open yourself up to a whole plethora of problems that you really don't want to deal with. So banning the Buck, you take away all of that soft wall breaching utility plus the nades. I don't know if the nerf has gone live yet, but if it hasn't, still the nades. Thatcher, obviously, big player. He's pretty much the only guy who can clear out the hard reinforcements, unless you want to play Kali. But nobody wants to play Kali in competitive, so that's pretty much out the window. So the Thatcher's gone, so that's pretty big. The Mirror, obviously, a lot of utility in terms of being able to create pressure without actually giving away any information, and of course the Echo, because he can literally stop you from planting the diffuser. remotely across the map. So yeah, you don't want that. You don't want it. You just don't want to. You don't want it. And it's invisible too. You don't want
Especially on armory lockers. I don't know if you saw. If there was some EU play day where G2 actually situated an echo drone, if you look to the bottom right of your screen, on that table, and IQ wasn't able to get it for a full 2 minutes in a round. Don't know if anyone actually remembers that matchup, but that was a glorious game. Anyway, heading into this now, opting to go to armory lockers, probably universally agreed to be the best site on board and see what they can do with it.
Yeah, so up here on the second floor is a nice common site that we see often. This is pretty much the preferred site for a lot of people. And yeah, that's just because it's, like I said earlier, you know, this map has a bit of that verticality in it. And so if you put yourself on the first floor, you open yourself up to having to worry about plays from above, because the attackers generally like to enter through the second floor. So yeah, it's natural that you would just want to be on the second floor so that you don't have to worry.
CCTV clears are probably one of the most common things in Rainbow Six, but let's see how it goes as Canis on the Nomad already clearing out backstairs.
Actually, I really like that from Nomad. That was a really nice clear of that staircase area there. Not a lot of people know how to clear that out nicely. That was a good one.
Two players actually dropping down. Mystic on the Jaegers, or Fish on the Bandit. Don't know what they're going for here, but let's see what they do with this.
Yeah, sending two players off site to just check the lower floor and see what's going on over there. Meanwhile, attack
Full
progressing.
Now
those
starts to burn
ADSs.
ADS.
I'm actually quite interested in the whole ADS kind of meta. Well, not a meta, but the whole ADS kind of setup. If you're throwing those flashbangs, then you're in a defender, you're Jaeger. You hear somebody popping those flashes through to kind of waste your ADS. Just swing while they're throwing the flashes because they don't have their gun in their hands.
Bandit looking to swing wide in this angle that's been opened up by Omnius, but Mint getting the refrag onto Canis, answering back, and now a 4-on-4 scoreline. As well, one player's injured behind half wall. That is minted on the Wamai.
Yeah, and he will be taken down as well. It's going to give the advantage over to Omnius Gaming for the moment.
JMS actually on the sandwich repel. He could do great works with this angle as, well, I say that he gets the kill onto Figure. Now full side control coming in favor of Team Omnius, but a run out actually from the Bandit from down below. Nets him a kill. That's a double kill for him on the round, but he's going to have to get the ace if he wants to clutch out this round.
Yeah, that was a really nice run out, but he has so much work to do if he wants to actually win this. 1v3, not easy, but you know, I spoke earlier about the 4 HP were my clutch. It was on this map, it was on this bomb site. So, I mean, nothing's completely out of the realm of possibility at the moment.
C4 has been expended, and reloading when a player's peeking into you is probably not the wisest of things to do, but what can I say? He couldn't have known that. Well done to Bandit getting the 2k on the round, but eventually his team failing him. Unfortunate to see.
Yeah, there was no chance that he would have been able to know where the next peak was going to come from. And obviously, as soon as he spotted out that tiny pixel of the one attacker running across the doorway, he was a little bit distracted, spammed through the wall. That gave away his position, and obviously, the rest is history. Gets wide swung, taken down, can't clutch the round out. That's it. So it is going to be the first round in favor of Omnius Gaming. Pretty much a rinse and repeat of the previous map. They take the first round, but let's see if Frantic6 can actually, you know, take this one back a little bit stronger than they did in the previous one and actually keep the momentum going towards the end, because that'll take us to a third map if they can manage to win this one.
Yeah, definitely looking like they're turning things around, but the devil is in the details. Let's see if they can continue this streak. Heading back to Armory Lockers.
Decided to pick up that second floor once again. Question is, can they defend it more successfully this time? We did see that run out from Bandit. If he can do something like that again, that'll be surprising.
Mystic having 6 picked off of the mute onto the Vigil. Both operators focusing on information denial could prove to be quite effective, especially if we see him roam once again.
5 seconds remaining.
Looks like it. He preps the window in supply room. But looks like all players from Team Omnius Gaming have spawned on the south side. Looking to take
that's
CCTV
pretty
once again.
Don't really often see a vigil on the defense. A lot of teams just kind of choose other operators for the more util. You know, as we've been talking about this matter of utility and utility clearing. But the vigil is interesting. If it can be utilized nicely, then it can be really powerful.
I mean, in stark contrast to Cafe, which is such a massive map, Border is quite intimate. It's pretty small. You can get to one side of the map to the other within like 20 seconds, and well, coincidentally, Vigil's ability lasts 15 seconds, so might as well.
Has been located.
Yeah, that's true. And sure, if he had decided to just take a quick spam through that.
Oh,
window,
he's
he
being
might have
spotted by
gotten
the
something.
IQ. That is Galaxy Brain
that's
right
big
there.
brain.
That is Galaxy Brain right there. And Fish looking to get the kill, but he's almost being spotted. Let's see if the IQ can net this. Looks like the IQ with the better reaction time. He has Fish now getting trapped in the small room. He actually goes for the run out, but
Defender is exposed.
yep.
Oh, that's just... Honestly, that is so unfortunate. Vigil gets so hard countered by the IQ, and it just so happens to be the one that he runs into.
That's
that
one of-
just absolutely falls apart.
That's one of those things in Siege where there are such small details you have to keep in mind. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it's monumental. Salt left last
Yeah,
live in the 1v4 now as the diffuser getting planted. IQ wide peeks him with the silenced pistol. The P12 gets the final kill. Well played for Team Omnius Gaming.
Yeah, quite a strong showing from them once again, but in the previous map we did see Frantic6 bounce back, so let's see if they can do it again. And let's see how they decide to approach this defense, because it really hasn't been working out for them. They picked a couple of interesting, unique picks and tried to get it working, but it just really didn't work out for them.
Well, beating a dead bush once again as they head back to Armory Lockers and Archives. Let's see if they can mix things up. Doc, I believe that's the first time we're seeing him on the board thus far in Border. See if he can prove to be useful at all.
Yeah, obviously a little bit more of a standard setup, and realizing that perhaps the kind of weird picks not really working out for them. They need to kind of approach this from a different angle. So picked up a couple of different operators this time
Defenders,
around.
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
We do see that they have the Mozzie and the Jaeger, which, yeah, I'd say that's pretty standard. The Jaeger on this map, pretty strong, obviously, with his gun that he brings.
I
Not
like
sure if
the...
the nerf...
Sorry, you can continue.
I was just going to say, not sure if the nerf is...
I don't believe
Live
that patch
yet,
has gone
I
live
don't
yet.
think it
It was so
is, yeah.
controversial. Ubisoft might have delayed
Yeah.
it.
His turning Jaeger from a 3-speed to a 2-speed 2 armor. I don't know how to feel about that, because, I mean, sure, his roam potential is strong with the 3-speed, but, you know, you make him 2 armor, his survivability goes up, and it's kind of annoying.
Well, if you look at Mozzie at the moment, he has the super shorty, so I don't think the patch is live yet.
Locate a bomb
Yeah.
and defuse it.
But I like this dedication from Team Omnius Gaming, taking both hard breaches, and it's been working out for them. They've been able to open up both the main wall and the long angle from CCTV into the main hallway. And well, it's been working for them, what can I say? Why not take it once again?
Yeah, I mean, if it's working, why not just use it again until it stops working, you know, especially if you've got the lead. May as well.
Well, look at this aggressive play coming out from Fish on the Dark as well as Figure on the Jaeger, both playing aggressively in CCTV.
Bomb located by attackers.
A lot of damage done already onto Canis. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that is unfortunate.
That was close. That was really close. A lot of close shaves going here on the on this matchup, I think.
Yeah, well, that's why you bring a Doc. These tight angles do a bit of damage, but you can rebound. Kane is actually getting the kill into Mystic. He was on, I believe, like 5 HP. That's a great kill to get. And Fish actually getting dropped as well as Figure. A lot of damage done onto him. He needs to back off if he wants to stay alive. These guys are pressuring him really hard at the moment. 2 players on his windows at the moment. He's really stuck at the moment as he peeks wide but gets dropped by the Ash. Great play coming out from Devon.
Yeah, that was kind of inevitable, like you said. Jaeger kind of needed to get out of that hot situation. Didn't manage to do so, so it gets taken down. And yeah, I mean, the Doc going down was kind of the nail in the coffin for survivability in terms of this round. So it's a 5v2. Frantic6, yeah, they're not gonna win this one.
Yeah, double kill for Devon on the round as Legion holds the crossfire, actually gets the Nomad, but Plant coming down from Sticks. on Thermite.
Attackers activating diffuser.
Yo,
That's-
actually a pretty
wow,
decent flick there from
gee.
Salty as the long angle being held by the by the bar now gets him onto, I believe that's like 50 HP, but the crossfire being held by that is Devon on the Ash. 3k form on the round, great play coming out.
Yeah, and I mean, after that team
That
frag
reaction
there,
time.
you know, I was starting to believe, but yeah, it's a 1v5, basically an impossible situation, because even if you manage to get some, you're inevitably going to take damage. And yeah, you just can't survive that long. You gotta,
Look,
you gotta rely on your team there.
Look at the bottom of your screen. What do you think of this? I don't know if this is the play. Heading back to Armory Lockers for a 4th time in a row.
I mean, we saw Frantic6 do the same thing on Cafe, where they were like, no, we are going to this site and we're going to win here. So I'm not going to count them out completely, but I am going to say, just like I said last time, not the most advisable thing possible.
Attackers
I mean,
need to locate
this
and
this
defuse
map
the
has a
bomb.
lot of other defendable sites. Even, I mean, Bathroom was considered completely indefensible up until like a few months ago when the meta shifted a bit. So Visa can be held, Workshop can be held. It's not like there's a shortage of effective bomb sites.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. There's a couple of other sites on this map that I would definitely think are certainly viable. You know, if you're in the shoes of Frantic6 right now, and you're seeing that the second floor bomb site here is not working, switch it up. You don't have that many rounds to play with, especially after losing 3. You don't have that many rounds to play with, you know. And if I was trying to go for the W, I would switch up the map, like the bomb site, just for the sake of not going on that same site again and just getting thrashed in the same way, just that I could learn, basically. You know, I've seen how I've gotten beaten on the second floor. Let's see how they beat me on the first floor, just you know, just as a learning experience kind of thing.
Omnius Gaming thus far, they've been playing a pretty linear setup thus far. I mean, they've been pushing CCTV room from their main wall, getting the plant down, just winning on gunfights. They haven't pushed Fountain at all in this matchup. But
Yeah, and I
nonetheless,
suppose that's-
if it's working for you, why not?
Yeah, I mean, if it's working, there's no reason to kind of extend your plays beyond that. You know, if you see that something's working for you, you don't need to add another 200 IQ to whatever it is you're doing. You're pretty much good to go until it stops working, of course.
Well, pretty extended roam coming out from Team Frantic6eSports. Maybe trying to react to what Omnius Gaming has been doing, taking control of CCTV. But as I say that, a great shot coming on down from Elik onto Salt.
Yeah, that really came back to bite the Legion there. Trying to open up some vertical play from below, and it just really doesn't work out for him at all. That's quite unfortunate.
Smoke already using his canisters with 1 minute 40 left. This is not looking good. Well, JMS repelling on Sandwich once again, gets the kill onto, I believe that is the Wamai of Minted. As now 3 players left, last live as Figure actually gets a kill with the smoke.
Has been spotted out. The position is definitely known here, so OG, they just need to get the defuse down.
That C4 almost
Quite a
netted
lot
him a
of
kill. But actually I believe JM is still on the Sandwich repel as Plant is going down. This is quite risky, but I mean, there you go. Diffuses down, and he almost gets the kill onto the player in Sandwich, but a great flick onto the player in the main doorway. It's a 2v2 situation with one player on JMS being extremely low. They know where both players are. JMS actually rotating around and actually getting the kill. Mystic now left last life, but JMS... This is some
winnable.
galaxy brain plays. This man. You lose the gunfights, but then you say, screw it. Let me go downstairs. The absolute disrespect from him.
I mean, that is kind of the thing here, you know. Like, ultimately, it seems like Omnius are just a step ahead, almost all the time. They can still be outplayed, but they seem to have worked things out a little bit more in the long run. And so when they can kind of get a little bit crazy if they have control, And if stuff doesn't work, they can kind of just fall back and utilize their previous setups. Like you saw there, I think he was utilizing a Legion hole, actually. And even though the Legion died, they still had that hole there. And he was like, all right, well, I mean, I could just look straight at the diffuser here, no problem. Don't have to go anywhere.
If only I had a webcam, you'd see my arms are visibly held high in the air because
Attackers need to locate
Team Frantic6 finally going to Ventilation Workshop.
Finally, they've decided enough's enough. We need to change, and I agree. Change should have come already. It's 4-0. Frantic6 haven't picked up a single round because they've only been playing one site, and they have not had success on that side. Hopefully, they have more success here. I think perhaps they might. But I don't know. My morale right now if I was Frantic6 would be pretty crushed. So it would take quite a lot from maybe their IGL and the rest of the team to kind of get that positive mental attitude, keep going. Because I think they can still make something happen here if they want to go to map 3. But that thing that they need to do needs to start here.
Well, just keep in mind they've already taken Cafe. Frantic6 won Cafe, so I mean, even then, even if they lose the 7-0, they still have a pretty good chance heading into, well, what's our
Did Frantic6
Villa.
win Cafe?
I believe they did. Let me rewind on the stream. I have it here on my phone. Yeah, just give me 1 second. Yeah, you take the casting.
All right. Well, as we just check out the scores for you, we'll get back to you with that in a moment. But right now, we're just checking the setup from Frantic6 here on the floor. They do have a couple of people here on the second floor to try and stop those attackers from getting in. But so far, nothing really happening just yet. Actually, a little bit of damage taken into Hibana. But no frags just yet.
Drop the bomb diffuser.
And as I say that, the frags come out 1-1, so still even in manpower for the moment. See how quickly that changes.
Yeah, I just checked. It was indeed Omnius. I was mistaken. Sorry about that.
Yeah, okay. So if Omnius win this one, they've pretty much won the finals, and it looks like they're trying to do that. It looks like they're going towards that W, 4-0. They're pretty strong, but as I say that. Right now, so things are looking for them. They need to pull something out of the hat here to keep themselves in the map.
Well, that's a 3k for, I believe, Mystic on the round. Let's see if he can do anything else. Canis on low health, JMS still up, but he has a crossfire on him at the moment. He doesn't know about the play in Fountain, but he gets the headshot, transfers it onto the Mute, but fails miserably as the Mute gets the kill. Canis left last alive in a 1v2 scenario. He has the diffuser, but with 1 minute left on the board and no real way onto site, this is not looking good for Team Omnius.
This is... Oh.
As I say that, Mystic gets the kill from the stairs. Well done.
I was about to say this is entirely winnable for the Nomad if she plays for time, but just instantly dies there to a 1-tap. That is... Yeah, I mean, if that's gonna happen, there's nothing much I could say about that.
If I am Team Frantic6 at the moment, I take that round in stride. They know now they can win a round, just not when they're on Armory Lockers. But
yeah,
as I say that, they head back to Armory Lockers.
Armory Lockers, yay!
I don't know if it's an issue which they haven't scrimmed border or they just...
Maybe they just want to practice.
Practice in the finals, that's a bit of a yikes.
That is a bit of a yikes, but you know, just going back to the previous round, I was gonna say that if there was anyone that you wanted to be able to clutch around, it's Nomad, because she could just pop her gadget down, you know, and play for the time, and then even if she dies, yeah, the air jab can pop them off the defuse, and that can help if you're playing for time. But yeah, that didn't happen.
Double Goyle setup on main armory wall. That's it's a bit of an adjustment, but I think that can be really useful because we've seen them go for the main default plant every single round. They've pushed CCTV, they take control of the main wall, and then they plant in default. It's been working out, and well, finally a reaction from Frantic6. Let's see if this works out for them.
Yeah, maybe this is that adjustment game they were playing before on Cafe. I'm not sure how much I agree with it. I think they the risk reward perhaps is not as good as you might think. You know, trading 3 or 4 losses just so that you can win 1 on that site seems kind of like a waste. Like, you don't want to go there.
Well,
You really just don't want to.
if you're this deep in, you've lost the first map, you're in a 4-on-1 scenario. At this point, just throw a Hail Mary. You have to do something. Might as well see if it works.
Yeah, I guess maybe they're in that kind of a mindset, you know, like, well, we're kind of on the down low right now. Let's just throw this out. Let's see if it works. We thought we were confident on the site, perhaps not, but we're still here. We're still more confident on the site than anything else. Let's just give it a shot again.
Actually, not all the fountain wall being, or sorry, office wall being reinforced, and I think that's oh no, sorry, I misspoke. They're actually fully reinforced, but Stick's now starting to open it up as the first adaptation coming out from Omnius Gaming.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously they've seen the adaptations and made adaptations of their own, which is, you know, how you essentially play the game. But saying that, Sophia is down in the IQ quite low as well, so they're not going to enjoy that one at all.
That's a pretty tight angle being held, as well as I think that was minted. Oh! This man,
That was
this
a really
man,
nice angle.
Canis, absolute filthy shot onto. I believe that was assault on the Legion, and as well
I
minted.
think Umai died to it.
Yeah, he died to a claymore. That's a bit of an oversight on his side.
That is a bit of feels bad, man.
Well, Thermite now looking to open up into archives. This is not looking good for Frantic6.
Yeah, they
Both-
are on the man disadvantage, so...
Both
little bit
C4s have been expended. They don't have utility left, and well, they don't have man count left as Mystic gets dropped by JMS.
Yeah, it looks like the site just really isn't working for them. You can't say anything else. Like, that's it. The site just isn't working for them.
The crossfire being held by the Ibana, but Figure actually wins the engagement. Now going for the planter, cannot get the shot. Sticks gets the diffuser down. Fish being dropped to low health, finally getting the kill. Pushing through the smoke, trying to see what he can do, but eventually Canis getting the final kill. Well done on him. And that is the first half done and dusted in a 5-on-1.
Yeah, that's quite an imbalanced first half. Like, 5-1 is really not where you want to be, especially considering that you usually think of the defense side as being stronger, you know, just in general, overall in the game. And yeah, just losing 5-1 must be pretty demoralizing. So at this point, you know, you want to just give it your all, just absolutely full send on this second half to see if you can get anything done. Because right now it's do or die. You know, you lose now and it's over. You know, you've lost the finals. That's it.
If I'm Team Frantic6, my one takeaway from this game is, boys, we need to scrum armory lockers. They lost 5 rounds on it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could just go back and watch this VOD and see what Omnius Gaming have been doing on them. And like, oh, so that's what they were doing. Well, now we can prepare a little bit better for whatever's going on over there. But yeah, that being said, we're going into the second half here. Let's see how Omnius Gaming approach their defense. They're in armory now, so it's their turn to show us how to defend this side, and let's see if they fail, or let's see if they succeed on this one.
It's actually the first Valkyrie play coming out on border. See if it works for them. A lot of actually information as well as information denial on the side of Team Omnius Gaming, opting to go for JMS on the Maestro, Elik on the Mozzie as well as Sticks on the Valkyrie, Canis on the Mute. This is looking like a very information heavy lineup.
Yeah, and I think that's how you kind of want to play this map. I think that's a bit more of a standard setup if I remember correctly, just how people decide to play this map. I think what Frantic6 were trying to do is kind of play a standard, you know, utility denial kind of setup, not specifically tailor-made to this map, whereas Omnius Gaming, obviously they have some sort of a plan going forward with all this information, which is how I recall this map gets played a lot more. So perhaps they're a little bit more comfortable playing defense on this map.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about how small Border as a map is compared to Cafe. I mean, the name of the game on Border is delay time. With such a small map, that's almost all you can do. You can't really just keep on denying one main wall. They can just rotate around and, well, bite you in the butt. You have to delay time.
Yeah, and if Omnius feel confident delaying time by understanding what's going on the map with all that information, then yeah, that's how they want to do it, and let's see if it works out for them. So far, nothing too insane has happened. Still got 1 minute 45 left on the clock.
Jaeger actually still playing in CCTV. They don't, I don't think, know about his position. This could be a bit of a power play if he decides to rotate into offices.
Bomb located by attackers.
Nomad setting up her air jabs for the rotates, making sure they cannot be flanked as Mystic on the Ibana starting to open up onto main site, but I think that's a mute jammer blocking it. They can't open up to site, although Zofia already opened up onto site. They didn't reinforce the one panel, as bit of a whiffed shot there from Zofia. Nonetheless, Devon escaping the engagement on low HP.
Yeah, I almost want to say, oh, a really nice nitro play there.
that was just a absolute Kobe.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, 5v3 now, as well, Team Omnius look in control of this round.
Yeah, once again, Frantic6eSports falling short. It seems like, regardless of whether they're attacking or defending this site, it seems like Omnius just have the upper hand.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Oh,
Ooh,
that was a long angle.
That was a really nice shot.
And Canis on the shotgun, lost live as Zofia gets the kill actually onto the Mozzie. Great kill there, but with 3 players holding the same angle, you're bound to die at some point. Well done to Team Omnius Gaming.
There's pretty much no chance of being able to bring that one back. 1v3, it's just... Yeah, it's just out of control right now, and we're on match point, I believe. Yeah, there it is. Match point, so... This is the do or die, obviously, for Frantic6 if they ever want a chance of getting back into this. There's a steep hill to climb, and yeah, I don't know. Omnius, they're just looking a whole lot more solid, a whole lot more in control, a lot more comfortable. They know what's going on, and so honestly, I think I can say with some confidence that they almost have this one in the bag.
Well, with Armory Lockers being Frantic6's absolute kryptonite at the moment, at least they have 2 rounds where they can't go back to Armory Lockers, with Omnius Gaming already having won it, so they don't have to attack that site anymore for 2 rounds in a row at least. Team Omnius heading to Ventilation Workshop now. See how this works out for them.
Yeah, but I think with that being said, you know, when you're in a position like this, Omnius, they say, well, look, we can defend this site that you weren't able to defend for like 5 rounds in a row. But you know, there's plenty of other sites that we can go to. That's not the crux, not the end all, be all and end all of this map. You know, there's other sites. So I'm pretty confident to say that they probably know what they're doing on this one as well. You know, they've got some sort of a plan here. They're feeling pretty confident on this one as well, and so yeah, regardless of whether it's second floor, first floor, whatever, they stand a pretty good chance of taking this one right here, right now.
Yeah, well, it all comes down to this, as Team Omnius Gaming now on match point, looking to lock out the game. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going for that information plays once again. Obviously, Legion no longer providing the direct line of sight onto his trap, so a little bit of information that was a play that was previously available with him, no longer available there.
Information denial, I like to call it.
Yeah.
Well, CCTV clear coming out from Team Omnius Gaming. Doesn't seem like it's contested at the moment. Jaeger at 90 has a rotational into CCTV, but well, he's not really doing anything with it at the moment. As I say, that he peeks wide and doesn't do damage to either side.
Yeah, it's quite a nice hold from him actually. He's got a really powerful position, and that rotation hole is allowing him to hold 2 really crucial angles at once, denying the CCTV entrance and denying the entrance into the other side there by the fridge. So pretty powerful stuff from him. He does get taken down though, so it's going to be a 4v5 in favor of Frantic6eSports for now.
Now only 1 player left top floor in the room. So they can clear him out. They're looking very good, as well, they are looking to take control of site now, as Canis actually drops fish. Shotgun in hand.
Yeah, sometimes it's always nice to see a couple shotgun kills, you know, just Take a big stick to the face and boom.
Attackers have recovered
It is a 1-for-1, so the teams are even at the moment, but even though the man advantage is even, okay, it's not even anymore.
That's a kill onto backstairs. That's a long angle being held from him. That's the rotational Jaeger was utilizing earlier.
Yeah, that's kind of another example of those coming back to bite you.
Finally pushing into the Armory Locker side now as they look to take control of hatches with 1 minute left on the clock.
Some nice clearing coming out from Hibana.
recovered the diffuser.
Pushing in there, trying to get the diffuser down. Looks like default plant is contested here by smoke. Oh, sorry, you're mute.
Thing is, with 40 seconds left, and you need to juggle all these angles being held from the top floor. It's not looking good for Omnius.
Yeah, things are becoming tighter and tighter as the time ticks down slowly. Frantic6 have to frantically get onto site and plant that diffuser.
Love a bit of wordplay as well. 20 seconds left. The aptly named 20-second meta, all unraveling right before our eyes. As
Yeah, it's everything or nothing right now.
Thermite jumping in, actually 2 Maestro cams holding his angles at the moment. One finally getting shut down, but I believe that is Sticks on the Valkyrie, actually pushing wide, drops the diffuser, and now
Yeah, there's nothing.
he needs to plant with 7 seconds left. If one of these players can push wide and get the kill, but no, IQ actually holding the plant at the moment as he gets the double kill onto both JMS and Canis. A great defense of the plant going down, and well done to Frantic6 as they look to turn around this matchup.
Yeah, it seems finally the Frantic6 have caused Omnius Gaming to be frantic. I'm gonna stop with those words right now.
Oh.
But yeah, they did the thing with like 3 seconds left. They got the plant and made the defenders have to kind of rush to get back to site. Like you saw the Maestro, he was like, "Oh no, I have to get to site now," and he just ran with his gun, not pointed in the right place. Got taken down easily because he was just trying to sprint. And yeah, so Frantic6 were able to take that one. But this is the first little block of the beginning of a really steep mountain that has to be climbed right now. Frantic6 want to get back into it.
Well, let your stumbling blocks become your stepping stones, as well. They will definitely need to do something.
Yeah, something is the name. Something has to be done.
Attackers need to locate
What that
and
something
defuse as
is,
many
though,
bombs as they can.
we will see that momentarily. We're going to see a pretty standard setup once again, or standard for Omnius Gaming at least. We get to see the lots of information that Valkyrie, Maestro kind of doing them big moves for them. They like that. I think it's working quite nicely for them. Obviously, aside from that previous round, everything's been going pretty well for how they like to set up. And on the other side, we have also pretty standard ops. A lot of soft wall destruction I can see. It's Ash, Sophia, it's Sledge. Lots of walls going smash.
Yeah, these guys are prepping to make thin wafers of the top floor.
Attackers
Yeah,
are moving out to
ceilings,
locate a
walls,
bomb.
floors. Say goodbye. This hammer will destroy.
That is one of the hallmark plays of Rainbow Six Siege. That's why this game has reached such popularity, is just the fact that, well, if you see something, there's a very good chance it can be destroyed.
Yeah, quite like real life. If you take a sledgehammer and hit things with it, they break.
Well, realism is not always the easiest to pull off, but nonetheless, heading into it now, let's see if they can realize a win.
Yeah, obviously OG trying to drive this one fully home, and speaking of, they take down Sledge and he's no longer able to drive his hammer into anything. It's going to be 5v4, Omnius in the lead, and they're looking to close this one out. They don't want to play any more games. They're ready to finish this one and take that W.
These boys are as tired as we are. They want to lock it out now.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone wants to see a conclusion to this one, and we think we know what it is, but if Frantic6 want this one, they're gonna have to play really hard for it.
A bit of stagnation, I sense, coming out from Team Frantic6 as well. They realize they're not in the lead anymore, and not in the lead in terms of the scoreboard. They need to do something, and well, I think they're struggling with just pulling the trigger at the moment, as they're definitely stagnating. But he gets the kill. Great angle being held by Minted. Misplay there from Devon as he peeks into an angle he probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, and it's very difficult to kind of pull the trigger on a situation like that when you're one man down, you know. So you have to make something happen, but it's difficult to decide what that thing is once your original plan kind of goes down the drain. They did get that pick onto Jaeger, like we saw, so that opens up a little bit of possibilities for them at least. They are able to go and take a little bit more ground for the moment, but it's still an uphill battle for them.
This Legion can do quite a lot if he gets one kill. That's onto Figure. They now know of his position, but with 50 seconds left on the clock, you can delay a lot of time where this Legion is now situated. Pre-firing into the wall doesn't do any damage onto any players, but still, as I said, wasting time.
Yeah, and I mean, that's all you need to do right now. With 40 seconds left on the clock, time can work against Frantic6.
And on a 4v3 man count with, well, only one hatch as your main way onto site, 30 seconds left now. Both Legion and I believe Valkyrie are holding the main stairs, but as I say that, they actually pressure main stairs with 2 players, just throwing bodies at it, and well, it works. Smoke now rotating into ventilation room, gets the kill onto Canis. That is the, I believe, oh sorry, Canis getting the kill as he now holds it with a shotgun, gets the kill onto the Ash. Salt left last alive, the IQ. Unfortunately, Omnius Gaming lock it out, lock out the game, lock out the series, and lock out the tournament. Well done to Team Omnius Gaming as they win the Rainbow Six African Pro League, sponsored by Vida Water.
Yeah, I mean, that was really, you could say a lot about everything that was going on. It was really well played by both of these teams. OG did really well, Frantic6 did really well. I think what that actually came down to, in my opinion, is the fact that Frantic6 did not cease to change bomb sites for 5 rounds in a row. I really think that worked against them. I really think that was detrimental to the eventual outcome of this map. I think they could have really done a lot more. They just their capabilities, even in that last couple rounds, we saw that they were actually able to play around this map. If they had more chance to play, I think they could have done more. And even if they didn't end up winning in the end, I think they could have done better, in my opinion, if they had just switched up sides a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm just trying to organize with the winning team of Omnius Gaming if we could maybe get an interview with the winning team, as I have JMS here on the line. I'm quickly going to jump in a call with him. Patrick, I will send you, add you to the call now.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Thanks yourself, man.
So, what a game, boys. That was pretty decisive, to say the least.
I have so many questions. I'm not going to lie. I just have so many questions.
Ask away, sir.
Well, I mean, the biggest one is, how do you feel about defending second floor armory 5 times in a row? Please, enlighten
Dude,
me.
it's just
so
like,
curious.
it's just one of those where it's like the strongest side. Even if you lose, it's gonna be worse on the other one. So we just like, let's just take it. Just try counter strat, but I don't know, that their take on CCTV main wall is insane, dude. I don't know, we just couldn't. And the rappel on the sandwich window was, that was
Thanks,
the
dude.
deal breaker, dude.
Appreciate it.
Well, we saw the first map of Cafe. Actually, I mean, it was a pretty, well, it went both ways. You both had, well, your fair chance at winning that matchup, but in the end, going to Omnius Gaming. But why do you think the second map of Border especially turned out to be so decisive, leaning one side?
First of all, Omnius is a very frag heavy team, and that is also a very frag heavy map, so it just adds up.
My take on that is definitely that Cafe is just very defender sided. So our goal on Cafe is just to get one round in, and then we can work on defense. Like, that's literally just our goal, just to get one attack round, and then we just sort it for defense. It's just very defender sided. That's why I think it was so close. But nah, Dot6 played insanely well. I'll give it to them.
Oh, well done to both of you guys as well. Team Omnius Gaming take it in a very decisive victory. GG to both teams and, well, all the teams that participated in this tournament. Thank you for making the African R6 League as great as it is. Thank you so much for joining in, and we will salute you all for your presence.
Yeah, really well played, guys.
Awesome. No, thank you so much. Thank you for casting. Thank you for everyone watching and everyone competing. Big 80k final tomorrow. Everyone should be there, 1 p.m. We
Yeah.
take on Nibble. It's going to be hella fun.
I think we all need to take a bit of a break now, and, well, what better to enjoy your break with than a nice glass of Pura Vida water, the main
Yeah.
supplier of the sorry, just need to get this correct. The main supplier of the East London water supplier. Thank you so much for them sponsoring this tournament. Thank you. And, well, that is it for tonight. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check everyone out. All the links are probably in the description, maybe.
Check out.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.